What's up, YouTube? This your boy Chilla with Q10, and we back at it again. I hope y'all having a lovely Sunday. I know I am, man. The weather is nice. It's cool. Finally got some sunshine, man. The clouds are breaking. It's been kind of dim and dark over here in Texas, but finally got some sunshine. Humidity's out, and it's not too cold, but it's nice and cool. It's actually a great day to be outside. So if you're living in Texas right now, just go ahead and get outside and get with the family, play some outdoor sports, go fishing, whatever. Just get outside, get some of that good sunshine. All right, man, we're gonna get into it today. We're gonna start off, of course, with what's always in the news, Trump. And specifically, we're gonna talk about the impeachment articles that have finally been signed by Pelosi and her squad and have been sent over to the Senate. We're now Mitch McConnell there, and then we're going to take over. And hopefully we can put this to rest pretty quickly. I know Trump has been coming out and saying in the news that he does want a trial. He wants to be able to call the so-called whistleblower, the first one, and then the so-called second whistleblower. He wants to call Hunter Biden, or as he calls him now, Where's Biden, or Where Biden. So Trump seems to want to have a trial. And that's all up to whether or not the House even has sufficient evidence in their claims of what they're accusing the president of doing, if they even have sufficient evidence to proceed to a trial. And that's what the Senate has to find out, which they don't. They don't have it. Everything they were saying of how it was such a national emergency. It was a crisis for them to hurry up and to have articles of impeachment drawn up and to have a hearing in the House and try to get Trump impeached. He's like they were saying, he's a national security threat. He's this, he's that. Of course, everything they've been calling him. And we had to get this done. But right after they wrapped everything up, old Depends Pelosi, or Parkinson's Pelosi, whatever you want to call her, holds the articles of impeachment for 28 days, a full 4 weeks before she even signs them and sends them over to the Senate. Now, I don't know if there's something about, if there was something or someone who was a threat to national security of the United States of America, don't you think you would want to send that information over ASAP? Especially if it's an impeachment. If you really think that the president of the United States is a threat to democracy, or just to our republic, let's put it that way because we're not supposed to be a democracy, is a threat to our way of life, is a threat to the Constitution, so much so that you have to rush this through to get it done, that you would want to send that right away. As soon as everything is done, you called your witnesses, you said you got the facts, sign on the dotted line, send him to the Senate. Let's get this done because he is such a threat. But what does she do? She holds on it. She holds on to them for 4 straight weeks, not sending them over, claiming that, oh, the Senate's not going to be fair in this process. We want the Senate to be fair in the process, that they're going to try. It's like, no, because you know that the Senate is not ran by crazy Democrats like you and your squad. And they're actually going to give a fair trial instead of a sham trial and a shift show. Okay? That's the only reason you held on to him. You got bullied by 2 or 3 people, the new squad, Talib, Omar, AOC, these backwing crazy people. And the American public are seeing through this. I'm glad that they are. And a lot of people that are, their constituents who lean left, some who lean far left. So the crazy thing is, okay, she signed it, she sent it over. And out of all this, they've always claimed that it was with sadness that they've done it. It's such a sad day that we have to impeach President Trump. He will be impeached forever. This is a stain upon his legacy, or whatever not. So let's go to the signing and let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So we got Pelosi. She's signing her name, each letter with a different pen. This kind of looks like she's signing a peace treaty. Look at what she's doing. She has commemorative pens signing the impeachment articles. Or barely signing the impeachment articles, should I say. So after that,
and I'm now going to proceed to sign the article.
She gets up.
Great to be back in
And starts handing the pens
Texas,
out
where I live.
to her misfit
We're all
squad.
invited to the ranch for some barbecue.
And, you know, just like it was some huge piece of legislation, whatever they were signing, you would think they were ending world peace. And she handed, and this is supposed to be a sad, solemn, somber, all these words that they use. Such a sad day that they have to impeach the president, but she's out here handing out commemorative pens to the misfits. And of course, Maxine Waters is up there. She's holding up the pen, and she's like, I can't really tell if she crapped her depends or if she's really happy. I don't know. It's kind of weird with these people. And yes, I say these people because they're not in their right mind. There's something about the far left. Man, like I said, like I've been saying, they don't live in reality. They are so power crazy. This is nothing but a sham because they are power crazy. They are power hungry and they want control of the Senate too. They know they can't beat Trump, a duly elected president. They can't beat Trump in 2020. There's no way. They don't have anybody up there that's right now, and they're diverse people, which is everybody who's running for president is white. That's great diversity right there. You know, they always touting diversity and stuff like that, but now everybody didn't drop out the race, and all you have is what, rich white people running for president on the Democratic side. Come on, you know. And all they're doing is arguing over which millionaire is the worst of them and how to tax the rich people, which is meaning, you know, not taxing us, but, you know, we need to tax the rich people, but we're millionaires. So it's like just millionaires having debates over how to tax themselves. I don't know. The debates are really stupid. I mean, that's the only word I can use. They don't even being put on by CNN, MSNBC, and the questions that they ask them, that's not bulldog questions, man. They're just, you know, and they're always, you know, fighting on this latest thing that's going on right now. Bernie Sanders and Warren, you know, claiming that Bernie Sanders said that there's no way that a woman will be able to be president, and supposedly told this allegedly to Warren's face. And then CNN came out, asked Bernie Sanders if he said that. He said, no, I didn't say it. And then they turned to Warren and said, well, how did it make you feel when he said that? It's like, man, that's a loaded question, son. And CNN was wrong for that. Of course, we know it's fake news, man. You know, and they even turn on themselves. Their own kind eat themselves. This is how it goes. They're self-destructing. And it's great to see. It's great to see it. All the lies and the stupidity and the idiocy that's within the far left that is actually self-imploding on themselves, and they're turning on each other. It's usually how it works. One of them is trying to attain higher power than the other one. This whole thing is about they want control in 2020 to pass their stupid agendas. You know, AOC with her Green New Deal and all this stuff that they're trying to push upon the public that's just going to cost everybody more taxpayer dollars and not get us out of anything economically. What, you know, Trump is trying to do and has succeeded. You know, like 24 point something million people are off of food stamps. That's a lot of people off of food stamps. You and I as taxpayers, we pay that money that goes in to that to help. You understand? Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who really, 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 really need it. But there are people who really, really, really don't need it, and they're just lazy buttholes. They don't want to find a job and rather live off the government Okay, you hear me? And don't have a structured family home. Could be a single mom with 6 kids living off the government. And, even before food stamps and the welfare system was set up, there was more single family home. You know what I'm saying? There was a dad and there was a mom, and there were children. After the implementation of food stamps and the welfare government, you started to see that decline. I hate to say it. I mean, the statistics are there. Look them up. Research it. You can see a sharp increase in single moms on the welfare program, having like 6, 7, 8 kids from 6, 7, 8, different men. And then you see the men just vamoosing, just gone. They knock these women up and just leave. And the women wouldn't care because they were living off the government. They get money still to this day. How much they get back in taxes off of each children. And it's sad that you have women out there that are using their children just for economic gain. And it's sad. But I digress. Okay. I'm talking about, Trump, 24 point something million people off of the welfare system right now. That's a good sign. That means people are actually going back to work, actually able to sustain themselves and actually have some joy in their life rather than just living off the government and be lazy. Let's just say it. Human beings are inherently lazy. If we're given a choice to do it the hard way or the easy way, we want to pick the easy way. Less resistance. Am I right? You're at the gym, you're on the bike. What you want, harder resistance? Or you want less resistance? When your thighs are burning, you want to crank up the resistance? Or you want to crank it down? Come on. It's just inherently in human nature to be lazy. So if you come in, let's take Andrew Yang. I'm going to give you $1,000 a month, blah, 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 whatever not. Okay. And the way he wants to do it, the way he's talking about doing it, getting rid of cutting some of these programs that would save the government money and allow them to give, every adult in the United States $1,000 a month. Okay. It's not going to stop there. There's always going to be I want more. I want more because inherently we're lazy. Inherently we're going to be like, well, maybe I can get a little bit more. Why can't we have more? Why don't we vote to have more? To where it's like $5,000 a month from the government, and then I won't have to work. That's where it's going to go to. And that's not sustainable, as much as, Yang wants that. I know a lot of people like Andrew Yang, and he doesn't seem like a bad guy. I'm not saying that he's a bad guy or a bad person. Some of his politics it sounds good in theory, but real world it's not going to work. And for him, just he tries too hard, really. Every time he seems like he's trying to fit into a place where he doesn't. Like he's trying too hard to attract people towards him. I don't know. And like I said, personally, he's probably a good guy from what I've seen. He's trying too hard, and his politics it's just not going to work. But that doesn't make him a bad guy. But anyway, so getting back to the whole impeachment thing, so it's going to the Senate. That's great. Mitch McConnell he's a bulldog, man. He is going to either they don't have enough sufficient evidence and they're going to strike it down right then and there, or they'd be like, there's not enough sufficient evidence. But if they deem they want to go ahead with a trial like Trump wants the trial, then they'll go ahead and start calling witnesses and actually be able to call their own witnesses, which they weren't allowed to call their witnesses or the whistleblower or anybody. Trump couldn't even face his accuser. That's the bad part. So, they were just totally taking a dump on the Constitution and then come out and say that we're doing this for the Constitution. It's like, no, you're not. Yeah, it's crazy. So Mitch McConnell, the impeachment kill switch. McConnell dismissal rule corners Democrats, blocks antics as trial commences. So the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is of now, including in the United States Senate, impeachment rules a quote unquote kill switch that effectively allows the president's legal team to seek an immediate verdict or dismissal of the case should Democrats engage in any shenanigans like they did in the House process, which is great. That's one thing. I'm glad that he's actually coming out. You know, like a lot of the Democrats are going to be like, well, look, he's just making this kill switch because if we come out with some new evidence or whatever, not, which they have no true evidence right now, so how can they come out with new evidence? If they have new evidence, like, shouldn't you have done your due diligence when it was in the House, like you said it was? You know, like you had all this crazy evidence that was facts, and you said you did your due diligence in getting this factual, quote unquote, evidence out. Okay, so Mitch McConnell's like, no, we're not going to have any of this shenanigans. We're not going to have the goofballs over here making a mockery of the Senate like you did at the House with old Parkinson and Pelosi. Okay? This ain't going to happen here. Kill switch. Bam. Shenanigans. Bam. We want an immediate dismissal. If there's no factual basis that Trump should be accused of the crimes as president and being impeached, or, you know, we want immediate dismissal or immediate trial. Let's get it. Let's go. Which is great. That's what they should do. Get this over with and let what they were supposed to be doing in the first place. We're sitting at home, you know, most of us, I know for me exactly, just thinking that when I go to work and I get my paycheck and I look at it and I see, wow, that's a lot of taxes they take out. Okay. I want my taxpayer dollars to go towards something that helps me and my family in the long run. You know, roads, infrastructure, bridges, stuff that actually helps out the economy. I don't want my taxpayer dollars to go to a witch hunt because a certain group of people doesn't like the president because he says stuff that hurts their feelings and tries to get him impeached because they want power in 2020 and they know they can't win against him. I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to those fools. And this is what is happening. As I'm working, the money's going to these fools. And they're just doing this. And it's like, they have nothing against the man. All they have is hate towards him. That's it. And they want power. That's all they have. Wake up, people. They have nothing. Okay? They're spending taxpayer dollars. They're wasting it. Wasting it. What have they done in the House? What have they done except pass, you know, the legislation on the Mexican and Canada trade agreement, which was made and written, done by Trump, and Pelosi signed on it so they can get it passed. That's all they've done. It's been a witch hunt since he got in office. Before then, you'd hear Trump and everybody was cool with Trump. People were cool with Trump. He had The Apprentice. He was on there before he ran for president. Nobody had any issues with Trump. Nobody came out and said this guy is such a racist and he doesn't deserve to have that TV show The Apprentice or anything like that. Or you seen him in, you know, doing cameos in movies and stuff like that. But as soon as he became president, bam, he's a racist and blah, 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 blah. This is what you see going on right now. Where was all that hatred and the supposed facts before he was president? No, because they know they can't win. They know they can't beat Donald Trump in 2020. Now look, are there other... Somewhere in this world, there's a better candidate than everybody right now. There's a better candidate than Donald Trump, and there's a better candidate than anybody in the Democratic Party they are touting out there. Most definitely. There's somebody in this world with enough common sense, a head on their shoulders, that can really, really, really stand up for the Constitution. Really, really stand up for the American people. You know, I'm not a Trump fan, like I said before. There's somebody that could do a better job than Trump. Most definitely. I agree. There's somebody better can, but it's not the Democrats. It's not the people that are up there running against Trump. I guarantee you that. These are imbeciles. Millionaire imbeciles. They're not on our level. They're not on the working class level. They grew up with silver, gold-plated spoons in their mouth. Let's just put it that way. None of them are billionaires, but they're, millionaires. Has any of you seen $1 million? Have you ever looked at your bank account? Much less these people who probably have offshore bank accounts and seen 6 figures in there? I'm guessing no. I know I haven't. So how can they say they're on my level? I've come up through the ranks. Or like Warren, a person of color. Oh my God. Perpetuating the false narrative that she's a Native American and she never used it to get a job. No, but she used it to get into Harvard. Wow. That's crazy. Anyway, so I'm hoping this impeachment sham is... I know Trump wants a trial, but man, please, let's just kill it. Can't we just kill it? We know they don't have enough evidence. They don't have no factual evidence whatsoever. It's all hearsay. They don't have anything on you, Trump. I know you want to prove a point. I know your ego wants you to do that. But please, let's just kill it right now. Just say, look, if they have enough evidence to go to trial, we'll go to trial. If not, I need you to kill it so we can get on with making America great again, like you said you would. Let's get on immigration reform. Let's get on, what they've been talking about, the lowering prescription drugs, Better yet, they should have programs to where they can get people off prescription drugs into a better diet lifestyle and let some more natural healing stuff, not be seen as quackery or, crazy. What I'm talking is stop getting these people addicted to these prescription pills. There would be no need for the pharmaceutical companies to jack the prices up because they get these people on these crazy pills or blood pressure lowering pills or whatever not. Let thy food be thy medicine. Okay? Anyway, I digress. That's for another video. I'm just hoping, man, we can just get past this. Get past this. Kill it in the Senate. Let's get back to work. Let Trump run again in 2020. And I don't think that they have a chance on defeating him unless somebody else comes in the ring on the independent side or Republican side that can outdo Trump. And that's very possible, like I said, man. Very possible. But don't undermine the Constitution just to impeach him because you can't beat him and you want power. That's wrong. And the American people are seeing through it. One last thing before I go. It's one of those things, man, I don't keep up with it. And when it was all going on, it's all right, we'll just get into it. Here we go. Megxit. Yes. So here we have Prince Harry. And of course, Meghan Markle, is his wife. Now they're saying that they don't want to do any of the royal duties anymore. And they want to move on up to Canada and not mess around with, any of that stuff. Is this Prince Harry's decision? Or did he get neutered by Meghan? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that she had a lot of influence on this decision for him. Like she woke him up. So he won't have his royal title or anything. He's just another plain old Jane guy. There's nothing wrong with that. But how far did he go for her? And how much of an influence did she have on him with her woke culture? Because she is a staunch feminist, of course. And I'm just wondering, man. Now, like I said, I don't get into it too much. You know, whatever. Hey, you want to go live your life, man. Go to Canada, and you don't want to have to worry about the royal family. That's fine. Go ahead, man. If that's really what you want. I just can't help but think about if she neutered him. You know, and you know what I mean by neutered him. It's very possible. But hey, to each his own, bro. You don't want to mess with the royal family anymore, that's fine. Go on. I just hope it was your decision. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Oh man. So there's a lot of other stuff that's going on in the news. Crazy stuff, of course. The Project Veritas, they released the video on the Bernie Sanders campaign manager guy, Kyle, whatever his name is, Kyle Jurek. Saying some crazy stuff. Pretty much a lot of communistic stuff that was leaked in a video by Project Veritas, and they're doing some great work. If you haven't seen Project Veritas and James O'Keefe and all that, you should go check them out and check out the video. Some disturbing details in that. And like I said, none of these fools on the Democratic side are fit to even run this country at all. They're nuts. Maybe they should be campaigning for lower prescription drugs. I know all of them are on some antipsychotic drugs or something. Allegedly. I don't know that, but I could just guess. Anyway. So, hopefully we can get past this. And they can kill it in the Senate quick. I hope so. We can get past it, man. We can get on with our lives, and CNN ratings can drop once more, like they are now, even with all their truth, that they spew out supposedly. Their ratings are just plummeting, which is great because it means the American people are finally turning the television off to this crap. And you have to get out there and read yourself. You have to read for yourself. You have to actually put in the work and not just rely on one news source. It's kind of like the Dark Ages, where the church were the only people who could read, or they had the Bible, but it was like in Latin, and they're the only ones that can read Latin or whatever not, and the common people couldn't. So they would have to take the word of the church, which was the higher, power at that time, even over some of the kings, and they didn't want to put the power into the people's hands. They wanted to keep them illiterate, and a lot of them were using that to their advantage for power and money and fame and all that. Same thing today. That's why you have to educate yourself. You have to get out there, research, and find out what the truth is and what actually is going on. So my challenge for you today is get off your butt, research it, stop letting the mainstream media influence you on telling you how to think. You don't want to be a brainwashed fool. Okay? Get out there, learn it for yourself. Get up, do something, make a difference. All right, YouTube, this is your boy Channel with Q10. Until next time, peace out.
If you like what you just saw, consider hitting that subscribe button for more great content.